Alright, let's see what we got. That's a little sketch, but it should stop, right? It should just go straight back down. Well, oh, no. No! No, stop! Stop! Oh, God. There goes my tank. Look, there it goes. I'm not getting that back. Oh, God. Oh, well. Man, where to begin with Body Harvest? I guess let's just start with the basics. Body Harvest released exclusively for the Nintendo 64 in 1998. It is a free roam shooter that's also kind of a vehicular combat game, but it's also an adventure puzzle game. There's a lot going on. Though all of this is kind of overshadowed by the fact that the developer is DMA Design. If you don't know, these are the people that developed Grand Theft Auto 1 through 3 before becoming Rockstar North and continuing to develop Grand Theft Auto sequels and, of course, other games. Body Harvest was their first 3D game, so you could say that this is sort of a prophecy of what's to come. This is a very cool game from a history perspective. I don't think anyone playing this in 1998 even remotely considered something like Grand Theft Auto 3 being a possibility. Like, sure, Grand Theft Auto 1 was out at this point, but it was a pretty simple title, all things considered. Like, yeah, I don't know if anyone knew what was coming or even could have predicted it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Though, of course, a game's place in history doesn't mean it's automatically fun to play, so is Body Harvest a good game? Do I recommend it? Well, yeah, with caveats, of course. And, it's not perfect. The story's kind of eerie. Aliens have all but wiped out humanity. The aliens would invade first in 1916, eat some humans, then leave. 25 years later, they'd come back, rinse and repeat, till hardly any humans were left. So I'm actually not sure what this woman's title is, but you and this chick and a robot travel through time to try and eliminate the aliens to save humanity. There's 6 levels, and they are massive. The aliens create a shield that sections off the area so humans cannot escape their fate. This means that you're kind of limited to where you can go at the beginning, but as you complete objectives, you can go to more and more parts of the stages. You have to kill alien spawners that act as mini-bosses to create little portals through said shields so you can get into other sections. Thankfully, you have a map that does list where those portals are. However, this map is very hard to read at times, like it's hard to tell how to get from point A to point B. It is still an impressive thing to see, though. Coming from Aiden Chronicles, that game didn't even have as detailed of a map or any way to interact with it. I mean, in Body Harvest, you can see all the roads. You can also set custom waypoints so you know the direction of your destination without having to constantly check the map. Show my ignorance of the Nintendo 64 library, but are there any Nintendo 64 games that let you set a custom waypoint? This definitely seems pretty incredible considering the hardware. On top of eliminating alien spawners, each level ends in destroying the shield generator. Once the area is liberated, you fight that level's boss, which is a brutal display. You are blowing limbs off the creature until it finally dies with alien blood gushing out. It's worth noting that Body Harvest was supposed to be a launch title, but Nintendo saw the violence and was like, nah, we ain't publishing this. It wasn't until Gremlin and Midway came in that the game saw official release. During gameplay, a harvester might spawn. You get a little notification, you're told to go kill it quickly. Harvesters are the aliens that steal the humans. Little green slime will carry the humans to the harvester, and my god, is that kind of nightmare fuelish. Imagine being in your house, and then like aliens attack and these little green jello monsters carry you to a giant bug who is going to eat you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Saving humans is the key mechanic to the gameplay loop. See that human face in the lower left hand? That's how many human casualties have occurred. If it's maxed out, it's game over. Actually, I don't know. I never had it filled, so I'm just assuming. After playing the game, I was reading some stuff online, and apparently not responding to the harvesters quick enough spawns a mutant that will absolutely destroy you, so that's terrifying. There was a deadly enemy just waiting to make itself known to me. The real meat and potatoes is the vehicles. You can drive every vehicle you come across, assuming it isn't locked. You got cars, tanks, boats, planes, helicopters, the list goes on. Some come with weapons, others don't, meaning you're shooting your own gun through the windshield. You can't really get attached to your favorite car because there's a lot of obstacles. The developers did a good job requiring certain vehicles to traverse certain areas. You can't jump a tank off a ramp, so you have to take a jeep. Sometimes you got to abandon your tank to hop in a boat to progress. On top of level progression, vehicles can also run out of fuel or straight up get destroyed, so be prepared to lose your favorite vehicle like mine slipping off a cliff. While on foot, you're pretty vulnerable as your health can evaporate quickly. I've rarely been stuck on foot during battles, though, and Usually I have some kind of overpowered weapon to protect me. Your inventory does not carry over from level to level, so you have to do some exploring to find powerful weapons and ammo. I know this is like a wild game with explosions and all kinds of chaos, but believe it or not, these exploration segments are my favorite aspect of Body Harvest. I just never know what I'm going to see when I enter a door. You enter a building, not sure what you're about to find, and just comb through everything looking for supplies. This is also where you can talk to people, and these portraits are just weird. It's not Aiden Chronicles bad, but them being a little animated is just, I don't know, a little freaky. In the Grease level, you can try to loot corpses and they giggle. I don't know what that's about. This game is just wild, man. It's these interiors where you get little missions. Need a boat to traverse the waters? Well, the nearest one's broke, and the boat man needs parts. Journey to find another guy, get the parts, drive back, deliver the parts, and boom, you got a boat. It makes Body Harvest more than just a combat game. There's a lot of exploration required to solve, I'm gonna call them puzzles, for lack of a better word. It's pretty engaging on your first time, though I can see how it can get a little old on repeated playthrough since you already know what to do. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the catch? You're praising it so far. What's the catch? First, the control is kind of garbage. I did play this with a Nintendo 64 controller, and aiming while driving and just trying to navigate is very difficult. The map screen's not the most intuitive thing on the planet, but I give that a pass as this seems pretty ahead of its time. As far as difficulty goes, it's kind of a brutal game. I used save states, and even I was beginning to rage just a little bit. It doesn't take much to die or ruin your chances at survival. The main character can only swim for a few moments before drowning. Some vehicles are needed to complete objectives, so losing them can mean reloading a save or traveling all the way back to the starting area where there's this terminal that'll let you respawn all the vehicles on the map. Both are very time consuming and, kind of both suck. If you play this legitimately without saves, you need to be perfect or just lucky and absolutely know what you need to do, because you may try to take a ramp with a vehicle that actually can't make that jump, lands in the water, and you die. The levels are an hour long at minimum if you know what you're doing, and only feature a handful of chances to save. It is imperative that you search every single building looking for supplies, and if you don't like exploring the buildings, then you're going to have a rough time. America is a very fun level, and it's just kind of vibey and funny at times, but this is also where the difficulty kicks off. This is where I know I would rage quit if I wasn't playing with save states. Another issue is that the game looks like poo-poo, with a frame rate that'll dip when things get a little chaotic. But hey, it's worth it in the end, all those cons, because, it's a charming, spooky game that is incredibly fun and satisfying. Conquering the levels and revealing the fog of war is an amazing time. There isn't really much more to talk about. It's a pretty straightforward game. It's a shame it's often left off of those best of lists. It's a game that people online will be like, I played it at a friend's house, or I saw it advertised but never got it. So it seems to be a little bit of an elusive title even then. But it's definitely worth it today. Just, maybe use save states unless you got a lot of time on your hands. It's worth noting that there is a team trying to remake the game in Unreal Engine. It's a game made by fans, and it's clear that they're trying to bring Body Harvest into the modern light. It's still in its early stages, so there's nothing playable, but hey, still cool to see a project like this. I bring it up too because their Discord has a lot of concept art, so if you're a Body Harvest fan, check all that out in the link in the description below. Well, there's a few more Nintendo 64 games I might do videos on, but I gotta play them first. So I'll see you in whatever the next video ends up being. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'm gonna go actually start on those now. I'm trying to put out videos with a little bit more frequency, but yeah, see you then.